that.
Okay, so you got some gigs that are trickling in that keep you busy as well. When you perform, how do you perform live, with a band, or are you just doing it to a backing track?
I can do either way, whatever,
Okay, so you can.
In Seattle, I had a band.
Okay.
And they were a great band. And Seattle wants me back out there, and Wisconsin wants me back out there again. So.
Fantastic. And all right. And although I saw that did you do a gig in New York City? Because I'm originally from New York City.
Yes. It's called Otto's Shrunken Heads.
Okay, that was the club.
That was the club, and it's down in the Lower
East Side,
Lower Manhattan area.
Yep, downtown.
Okay.
Yeah, and all right. Did you use a backing track, or did you need a band there?
No, I had a backing track with. So.
All right, here's my next question then.
And somebody videotaped it, and it's on YouTube. So.
Oh, good. I haven't seen that one yet. I gotta do a search for that. Here's my other question. With the advent of YouTube and Facebook and all this social media, how has that affected your life and your career? Well,
you got to remember back in the 90s, there was just the VCRs, and I was Tower Records, and I went through a distributor with the media, with the internet, especially YouTube and Facebook. I've got people that got new fans now. Kids that just got born in the 90s that are listening to my stuff.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like a rebirth, because you did this work. We're looking at now 2 decades ago for Losing You, because that was 1992. And 93, and you're looking at, and back then you had to you get your music distributed somehow into the stores. There was no internet, and
no, you had Rose Records, you had Tower Records, and I had a distributor guy who got it in. It's under local artists and under Best Buys.
Okay,
there's only certain Best Buys that would carry your product.
And that was back in the day, and now with the internet explosion, it's just
you don't need to have CDs
now with the internet
anymore,
explosion, there's a company out in Seattle that wants to put my first 2 albums on vinyl, because there's a lot of collectors that will want to buy it for vinyl.
Right.
I understand that my first album is been selling for $200. I'm not dead. I can't understand why somebody will buy an album for $200.
Wow.
Well,
because the second album they wanted like $400 or $500 on eBay.
How many pressings were there of the first album?
First album will be about 1,000.
So there were 1,000 pressings. That's why it's going for $200 and $400. It's a collector's item. That's why.
It's rare.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't pick those up. So you get them on the internet, and then because of the rarity, they're going for $200. So.
Yeah, I know. And plus, too, you got to mind you, in 2002, Wikipedia. Now they don't lie, right?
Yes, they do.
It depends on what you ask them.
Yeah, it depends on what you put on there. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they had me dead in 2002. I'm supposed to have died with cancer. I had 5 husbands.
Oh my God!
I can prove to you that is false.
Oh, geez. Sorry. Well, that's been updated since then, because I looked at Wikipedia and everything.
I know, because my friend Darren, who's doing my bio book, is we've been looking for it. We've been asking people if anybody saved any of that. We're looking for that, so we can stick that in the book.
So again, back to the music real quick. I wanted to just comment on the different styles that you go through. I mean, you did the 90s. I call it the power rock with the Losing You. You did a rock tune with the Journey to Mars. But then you're also doing a country tune with Baby Blue.
Yeah, Baby Blues is a country song, and the third album I done in Nashville, so that has more of a country feel to it.
Yeah, here I'm gonna cue up some. I'm talking about the songs, and I need to be queuing them up. I'm sorry. This is the MP3 that you sent me, nice and clean.
Right.
Is that dog on the record?
Or is that in it? Yeah.
Here, let's just listen to a little bit of Baby Blues.
I looked up at those sparkling eyes. He smiled and sat down, poured himself a drink.
And that's Baby Blues.
He had baby blues, so crystal clear, clear enough to fill a swimming pool.
Now, if this was the first video or song you ever heard from Jan Terri, you would think the next one would sound similar. You would think, oh, it's going to be another country tune, and it's going to be this.
But
no. But no. And then she...
No, Losing You was done before Baby Blues.
Right. But the thing is you just jump from style to style. So then you would think, wait, this is Jan Terri also? What's this all about? There you go. Hang on. Got the nice loud drums in the back and everything. All right. This is the one I've been singing all week.
It's stuck in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very catchy.
That's it. That's the one I've been singing all week. And then she jumps over to, let's see, Journey to Mars. Let's play that real quick.
This is like a heavy rock.
This is a rock tune right here.
Like Judas Priest on Estrogen.
Yeah. And this is the same girl that was just singing a country tune a minute ago. And that's what catches you. You're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Come and take a journey to Mars. We'll show you places you've never been.
Well done, Jan. Well done.
I think that one was my favorite video.
That's what, yeah,
Journey
favorite
to
video?
Mars,
Journey to
yeah.
Mars?
It's the special effects that hooked you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, Mike went real out for that. Mike was in the newspaper, and he just videotapes bands doing concerts and shows. And I asked him if he wanted to do something different, so he did it.
Great job.
And Journey to Mars, when I wrote it back in the 70s, I used to listen to a band called Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
I've heard of them.
So it's on the order of a Led Zeppelin song, but when I finished it, I was listening to Metallica. So it's a Led Zeppelin, Metallica, and in the studio, I was goofing around, and I was in Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses. I was singing it like Axl, and I re-sang it again, but the engineer liked the Axl Rose version better, and he put that on instead of the normal way.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, so you're influenced by Zeppelin, and then as time goes on, you inject a little bit of Metallica
Yeah,
in
you
there.
made it more modern.
Yeah, brought it up to date.
Now, Jan, is that you playing drums on any of these songs?
Yes.
Wow.
That kicks ass. I'd
Yeah,
like to see her
rocking
do
it.
that live, too.
Yeah.
Hi, Jan. This is Mike. I do have one question for you. What was the budget like on these videos? I mean, roughly.
Oh, the videos were inexpensive, you won't believe. Losing You was...
Well, I know if you're paying for it out of your pocket, it's got to be.
Yeah, I'm paying for it out of my pocket.
So.
I mean, like you had a limousine and Losing You.
Wait, I was a limousine driver, so I just asked my friend Tony.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Tony.
Inside connection.
Tony dragged us around in the limo, and then Vinny followed us with his motorcycle and back, and then I was taking him out for lunch, and Tony called his wife at the restaurant of Bruno. Then we asked the owner at Bruno's if he minds for publicity, if we could, if we shoot the outside of his signs or his building and put it in a video. And he says, yeah, to bring up business. So,
Sure.
and also, too, I talked to Oprah Winfrey was doing, when she had the show, they were using the La Meridian. And I talked to Wolfgang, the manager there, and I told him that I'm doing a video, and I like to use the lobby and portions of his hotel. And he asked if he could have a copy of the tape for when he's doing a selling point. And I said, yeah. And with United, I asked permission from United to use United. But back then, you could go all around the airport. Now you can't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could shoot anywhere in the airport back then and just have a good time with it. But now it's
now you don't want to use the word shoot in an airport,
right?
Well, now you can't even unless you have a ticket to go on an airplane. You won't even be there,
right?
Unless you're with a major crew, and if you get the Illinois Film Office involved, you have to take permits and
forget that.
All kinds of stuff, and it's a little bit more advanced than back then.
No, DIY. Go out and shoot it yourself. Forget about permits. That's what I say. Do what you want to do.
It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission.
That's right.
That's my motto.
Yeah, but same as like for Get Down Goblin, I called all over the place for a castle. I finally got a castle. It was a church. And then I was looking all over the places for haunted houses. I found one. That day, I rented the limo. I paid for the limo. I dragged my friends with me all over the place. So.
Well, here, I got a goblin potted up right now. Hang on. Let's just listen a little bit.
The children will be dressed up. Candy, pumpkins, witches around.
Now, again, this is the same girl who is doing a country tune, then doing a power ballad, then doing a hard rock tune, and now doing a funk tune. So she's all over the map.
Now, let me ask you this.
You can't pin her down.
Jan.
You got to understand, if you're starting out as a writer, the publishers and the record companies want to know what can you write.
What kind of range
you can only say you can write pop music.
Yeah.
Then you're just only pop it. And then so the first album, they had it listed under blues, but it wasn't blues. It was more pop.
Right.
The second album. Here's another thing. Each one of the songs on the second album could go to a different market. The record company says that's unheard of. You have a gospel song, Follow Jesus. You have Sunset, that could go on a jazz station.
Yep.
You have Journey to Mars that can go on a heavy metal type station. You have Music Alive that can go on like a B96 or a dance type music. So each song was a different, can go to a different market. That's another thing the record company says you can't. You have to have it one style.
One style only, which is ridiculous. Go ahead.
And I said, no, and then plus two, they also want to see what else can you write. They thought the first album was a fluke.
Right.
So the second album came out and it was different in each different categories.
Go ahead, Eric. You got a question?
Hey, Jan, it's Eric here.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, of all the, what made you choose a Halloween song?
Well, you got to remember back in the 60s, the only song that was out that was famous was the Monster Mash. There was never another Halloween song.
Right.
So I wrote the song, but mind you, Michael Jackson made a hit with his that came out with Thriller, but I don't really consider Thriller a Halloween type.
Right. No.
I don't know. So, and plus two, they always made the monsters ugly looking. I wrote two children's books, one for Rock and Roll Santa and one for Get Down Goblin. And I was trying to say that where's it written that the monsters can't be cool? Where's it written that the monsters has to be in a green suit? How come he can't be in a blue suit and wear high-top gym shoes? And the vampire will be cool. And the goblins,